Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Unlimited Truth. And as I always say, the unlimited truth comes when the truth is needed. And today is one of them days because it's kind of funny, Tuck and Zinc. The news hasn't been like heavy, but when something comes up, I think it's worth discussing. And today we've got three great topics I want to discuss, and we're gonna have a hell of a time on today's show. But before we get into everything, I want to introduce my brother Tuck Master Man. Let them know where they can find you.
Hey everybody, this is your boy DJ Tuckmaster 785, the original Pony Killer. And Unlimited said there really ain't that much to talk about, so that's the reason why I haven't done anything on the Lions, on the Xbox Lions Den. But I think I'm gonna talk about something this Saturday that's gonna hit home to everybody, dealing with people in general and all that stuff, and just dealing with life and all that stuff. So just stay tuned to the Xbox Line Den, and it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be real good. So. But other than that, man, let's gotta get this thing rolling about these pony motherfuckers.
Hey, and before we do that, other Zinc man, let them know where they can find you, my friend.
Always could find me in the chat representing the chat. Those people have some great things to say, and I like to back those guys up. And I want to immediately disagree with Tuck. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, man. It's something at every corner to talk about here. We could go on for weeks about just what happened the last 3 days. So I'm ready.
Yeah, hey, and you know what? I want to start out with this, Zank. So no surprise to me personally, Google Stadia is shutting down. It's shutting down January 2023, and the reason why I want to start with that, Zinc, is because the head of Google of their gaming division, I think he's the president of Google in general, Phil Harrison, has a distinct legacy of failure. And watch how everything ties together here, Zinc and Thuck. So for those who don't know, Phil Harrison worked at Sony for a long time, like something like good 15 years, right? From like 92 to like think 2007. And he was one of the voices who was in the vocal of the dreaded PlayStation 3 launch. You remember the PlayStation 3 launch, the $600 console? They told you to get extra job and all that other stuff.
Yeah, actually, he was on there before that, but go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Well, he was there since like '92, if I remember
Okay.
correctly.
Yep.
Like he was there
Yeah.
for a long time. His
Hmm.
stint in Sony was a significant time, But after that debacle happened, and Sony lost so much money on the PS3 that you could debate they still never recovered from it. He
Hmm.
jumped to Microsoft, and he was also at Microsoft during the 2013 reveal, right? And while personally I never had an issue with the Xbox One generation,
Hmm.
that generation for Xbox was a mess in terms of, as our brother Hebot says, perception. And then he
Hmm.
leaves, he leaves Microsoft around 2015, 2016, goes to Google, becomes the head of their gaming division,
Hmm.
and its latest disaster is the Google Stadia, the cloud servers gaming that didn't catch on. Hardly anybody jumped to it. Didn't have any big exclusive games. Didn't have any
Hmm.
reason to play it. And so, this legacy of failure that Phil Harrison has under his track record. He's the definition of what our brother Iraq always say, failing upwards. Somehow this
Fail
dude just
upwards.
somehow this dude just fell after fell, and somehow to get to a higher position somewhere else.
Hmm.
Well, he's the latest one who joined a prison snitch, Jim Ryan, on complaining at Google, complaining about the Activision deal. And remember, guys, when Google was originally asked to the world's greatest economy and nation of Brazil, Google didn't have a problem with it at first. All of a sudden, they do. And thanks to Hebot's brilliant video, who broke it down, I wanted to piggyback off that and talk about it. So I'm gonna start with you, Tugmaster. What are your thoughts on Phil Harrison, his quote unquote legacy in gaming, and him joining, making crazy claims about how this Activision deal is going to be bad for gamers and all this other stuff?
Before Tuck started, I don't want people thinking because you made a little slip. Phil Harrison, not the president of Google, but he was the lead of that of Stadia. You said he was president, but yeah, he was just leading. Go ahead, Tuck.
Okay, now for number one, let me ask you this, okay? The thing about it is, let's just gotta be honest, okay? When they bought, before the Stadia even came out, when they talked about Bethesda and ZeniMax and all that stuff, let's just be serious about the whole damn thing. The damn thing was dead when Microsoft bought that company right there out. Let's just be serious about the shit because don't forget the Stadia came, but Stadia's about to come out when ZeniMax and Bethesda was bought out by Microsoft.
A little bit afterwards.
That was a failure right then and there. It was a failure from the get-go. Then when they come out with the damn system, the clouding system, you can buy the damn game, but the game's not really yours.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then all of a sudden the damn servers are so damn high. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So, and this is gonna bring the full front up to the whole damn thing. Let's talk about this, okay? Don't forget, before Xbox got involved with Activision, what did Microsoft tell them to do? Go to Google, go to Amazon, go to Apple, and see if they want to buy you. Neither didn't want to buy them. So Microsoft went and said, okay, so they want to buy you. This is the deal with it we're going to offer to you. So the thing with Google just need to shut their damn mouths up. It's over for you. I thought the damn thing was dead. Hell, I didn't think the damn Steam was still alive until you just said it the last part of next year. I thought the thing was dead already. Tell you the truth, man. You know what, fellas? This is my whole outside on this whole damn thing. And this is one thing I don't get. How in the hell can you put your name with this damn bullshit with Activision and your damn system is breaking and your system's name, your thing's name gonna be there next year? So what makes it different? What y'all? Why are y'all putting y'all name in the mix of this? Well, I forgot that you're a British guy, so you got to protect your brand. You got to protect Sony's ass. Okay?
Well, they went over there because even though nobody knew about Stadia, everyone on the planet knows who Google is, and they were going off of. They wanted to make they made a feeble attempt using Google's name. If we can't make it, then Microsoft is obviously doing something wrong. And this is what I was saying to a few others, that they ruining their credibility, and they're ruining the confidence of shareholders. That's why Sony stock continues to drop. People think Jim Ryan is just doing business. Dude, business is not some made up ass term.
Yeah, that's true.
There's terminology and rules behind it. And you just can't go literally crying like that and have consumers are confident in you. Shareholders are confident in you. People want to buy your stock. These jokers' stock is on a steady decline. It's ridiculous. But the reason they're going over there to the CMA is because that's where their friends are. So when their friends are, and they brought a friend in Jason Schreier, because only Jason Schreier could co-write something that damn stupid. And they put that bullshit out there into the free airspace like that shit meant something. It was ridiculous.
But I don't think the doggone thing about it is, just like you saying, Sony's ass is losing money. You lose 20% of your revenue. That's a lot. 20 to 17% of your revenue is a lot. And I can understand they don't want to lose it, but they gotta face it. Hell, it wasn't Microsoft's fault that Activision got in trouble. It wasn't their fault. It wasn't their fault at all. So the thing about it, what Microsoft is doing is bad for business. Hell, if Sony would have had the money they would have bought that shit like it ain't nothing.
Mm-hmm. Well,
It
hey,
would
look
be
here,
said and done, and
You,
that's it.
Tuck, you raise a good point. You know, if they had, you said if Sony had the money, why don't you think of it this way, Tuck, and fellas that just jumped on, think of it this way. Sony got a head start, right? They got a head start on Microsoft. So
Yep, big time.
what the fuck are you doing with your money, Sony? You should have had money ready to go. Since you're the market leader, that's why Satya Nadella, he's over there smirking and smiling. Yeah, we're 405 depending on how you count. Because we know most of you dumbasses can't count to 571 billion. So go ahead and keep thinking Sony is number one. So since they're number one, Tuck, why couldn't Sony afford to buy um, ZeniMax or even Activision, since they so-called kicked our teeth in and broke our legs in the Xbox One generation? And to cap my point off with you, Tuck, how about this? Google actually have close to Microsoft money. So why
Right.
couldn't they just throw money at Stadia, Tuck? Why couldn't they just throw money at the shit and make it work? Don't you think that should add up if you just throw money at the shit? And since
Well,
the YouTubers think Microsoft got money to fucking burn, that's why they keep throwing money at the Xbox, because you know the Xbox ain't shit. So hey Tuck, I'm gonna ask you a question.
yes.
Why couldn't Google just throw money at Stadia and make that piece of shit work?
Well,
I can I
I
can
tell you
answer that
what,
question.
Well,
well,
answer that
hey, let me
question
get
then.
through. Let me get through. Let me answer them. The number one, they wasn't making them. I mean, other words, okay, you got to make money. I mean, you got money, but if you lose the money, you still got to make that money back somewhere in return. And when the Stadia first came out, it was doomed from the get go because of the way that they did the concept of the whole damn thing. I mean, let's just be truthful of the whole damn thing. Xbox got the best cloud service out there. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. I mean, so that's one thing that Stadia can turn and try to hang their head on, but no, it couldn't hang with Microsoft's cloud service. And see, like my friend, I'm gonna tell you what my friend said a long damn time ago. He said what Stadia, he said what Google should have did, they should have tried to come out with a damn system before they did this cloud service bullshit.
They
So
tried the easy way out, Tuck, because for a
yeah, we know
system,
that.
you looking at research and development of damn near 20 billion.
Yeah, but that's the problem. I mean, but like you said, they try to do the cheaper shit out. And
Hmm.
it come back to haunt them in the ass either way it go. Because like I said, just between Microsoft, I ain't talking about that damn regular ass station. Because everybody know how I feel about that shit. Okay? What it boils down to is this. Microsoft has been working on this shit for a long ass time. The ecosystem is better than anybody's ecosystem I've ever seen. When they did that, when they broke that ecosystem, that new ecosystem from the 360, I was like, what the hell are they doing? But the ecosystem is just a whole lot better. I mean, man, Microsoft been working on this shit for a long ass time. And people just don't understand. Microsoft is the leader. Right now, they're the leader of every damn thing. They make and just like you said, Alazine, they is not even making their money off the Xbox. They're making the most of their money off of their Azure servers.
Dude, sales reps going crazy, hooking up people to Azure
So
around the
when you just
globe. Tuck, it's racing teams that are
yeah,
Azure
yeah.
account holders.
I mean, man, ain't nothing that you can beat. I mean, you look at all the shit that Microsoft got. Hell, man, they got their damn the Google what you call that damn thing with the eye thing that they're working on.
Mhm.
Help me, y'all.
The I think.
The
With the
Google Glasses.
military.
Oh no,
Oh,
I'm
you
sorry.
talking
I'm
about
talking about Microsoft.
augmented reality,
Yeah,
I mean, man, dude, they
AR.
got that. Dude, they got a $1 billion contract with military to turn around and try to get that. No, it was a thing that they came out with. They was supposed to put on the system,
Connect.
huh?
Connect 3.0 that they use in hospitals?
No. This thing right here is supposed to be supposed to be I'll think of the name of it here in a minute. But whatever, they got $1 billion contract with the military to turn around and try to get that perfected. And I think the military is using it for their services. Now, how's it doing? I do not know. But they invested a lot of money in that. Then you got the Surface, then you got the NFL using their service tablets. I mean, man, Microsoft is making so much damn money, it's pitiful. I mean, so Google, I'm telling you, Google was there from the get-go with the damn Stadia from the get-go. And like I said, when Microsoft went on there and bought Dynamax and what you call when they bought them out, that was it, because Microsoft had the upper hand. They had the upper hand on everything. So this thing with the Activision thing, it just make everything so sweet. And they can't do a damn thing about it. Microsoft got everything in their favor, and that's it. You know, and E-Rock can vouch for it, and He-Rock can vouch for it too. Everybody in here can vouch for that shit. Google put themselves in that bind. Okay, you're trying the cheap way out, and your ass got busted. Like I said, I thought the shit was dead last year. Because how long this damn thing been out now?
Well, probably a good 3 years.
Yeah, we thought it was there last year because they got rid of the games people and Amy Hennig and all of those other people. They got rid of Kojima, and stupid ass Microsoft picked up Kojima's bomb ass, failing upwards again.
So you know what? Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, I thought the shit was done last year because you didn't hear nobody talk about their games. You didn't hear nobody talk about their games and what the hell they was doing. So, I mean, man, so I don't, as far as I'm concerned, Google got good stuff, but this right here was a failure. They tried to cheap way out, and that's all it is to it. And I'm glad to see them fail, and I don't like what they doing now. You're trying to go with Sony, and all because of bullshit. Blame your damn self because of your failures with your Stadia. And keep Microsoft out your damn mouth. Because Microsoft is in it to make money, and that's it. Like I told people, you losing money. These companies not in here to lose money. These companies in here to make money. So whatever Sony's doing, they trying to make money and everything with that damn bullshit that we're gonna talk about later on with they fucking remasters. Man, please. But that's something that we're gonna talk about later on. But right now, I'm done with it. I want to hear y'all talk because, hey, I had to make up for what for the last show because I had my ass knocked out sleep, and I'm not afraid to admit it either, E-Rock. But I don't have nothing to say about that. I let everybody else talk.
That's what you get for eating them damn pig knuckles slathered in fat back. That shit puts you to sleep. Stay your ass awake, nigga.
Well, fellas, I might be getting ready to. I know I got a new job. I'm getting ready to start. So, that's one thing I'm glad of. I'm glad I'm out of the department that I'm out of, man. Damn.
Hey, that's what's up, Tuck.
Yeah. Yeah, them damn. I mean, shit. They don't know what the hell they doing. So I just had to get my ass on out of there before it get too late. So.
Yeah, for one, your coworkers kept ambushing you in the alley talking about fucking video games. I'm glad to get the fuck up out of there too.
See? Hey. That's the reason why I don't like you right now.
You know what I mean? Get this motherfucker, pick up this motherfucker out of obscurity, give him a fucking a major role in a podcast, and he falling asleep like motherfucking like Uncle Ruckus. That's all right.
Fuck Uncle Ruckus. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let y'all talk, man. I'm through talking on that issue.
Yeah. Hey, and before I move on, let me address the chat. Hell Hydra, thank you for joining. Radiance 96 and Mr. 100. Apollo Cooper, man, what's up, my brother? And Radiance 96 said Brazil has approved the Activision deal. Look, Radiance, they're all going to approve it. So I haven't been worried about that shit since ever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm moving on to my brother E-Rock. E-Rock, we already talked about Google Stadia dying, but I want to talk about Phil Harrison in specific because looking back, if there's anyone who as you brilliantly put it before, been failing upwards, it's been this man. He was there for the PS3 disaster launch. He was there during the Xbox One launch, and even though we all here love the Xbox One, at least perception wise, it was a mess for Xbox. And he was head of Google's gaming division during the whole Stadia's lifetime. With Stadia, you can't really call it a lifetime, because the shit lasted what 2-3 years or something. So E-Rock, man, I just want to get your thoughts on Phil Harrison, his legacy of failure, and him somehow just randomly all of a sudden joining the war against Xbox owning Activision.
Phil Harrison is one of them dudes I've been following for decades. Well, I won't say decades. I've been following him. He got on my radar back in 2005. He was there at the launch of the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
And he was the guy that made me coin the phrase about Sony: believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. Believe none of what you hear because everything's a fucking lie. And only believe half of what you see because it's a CGI video. Right. He was there proudly when Guerrilla Games I believe Guerrilla Games showed off the fake Killzone demo.
Killzone 2, yep.
And they tried to pretend that shit was actual fucking gameplay. God damn, is somebody working at the railroads? What the fuck is it?
That was me, man. I happened to move right by a damn well, not that close, because I moved back to where I grew up at, and this is a train over here. Yeah.
For a second there, I thought He-Bop moved from moonshine into street racing.
I know. Damn. He was there fucking showing fucking The Getaway 3, which never came out, and said The Getaway 3 could only be done on PS3, and they found out that the shit was actually the demo they showed was actually on a PC. He was there to talk about the power of the PlayStation 3 and be here, and we've got this game where you can engage in authentic Japanese battles with giant crabs. Just tons of wherever there's lies.
That was epic.
Hyperbole.
Giant enemy crab is what
giant enemy crab. That's right. Whenever there was lies and hyperbole, Phil Harrison was there, and he's just another one of these revolving doors of pinhead executives that like Unlimited Production said, just continue to fail upwards. So he's joining a battle as to apparently stop Microsoft from getting this deal is done. This is the most ridiculous. I'm actually flabbergasted that we're still talking about this shit. So it's good to hear that Brazil has approved the deal. Like, I didn't know. Didn't Brazil get wiped out by Hurricane Ida? Like, is Brazil even still a thing? Is there even going to be the fucking
I think that was Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay. I thought them niggas was under 25 feet of water. The fuck is you worrying about the Activision deal for? Like, this shit is just, to me, is just so fucking ridiculous. Everybody wants to turn into Captain Saberho.
Hey, but hey, E-Rock, I want to say something with you saying that. But you know something? If it weren't for Brazil was the ones that turned over everything that was said in court, and it fully pulled the curtains back on Sony to show their asses butt naked, because we all knew Sony was some bullshit. But other regulators hide those documents. Brazil make them public immediately. Sony didn't know that. That's the one good thing about that world powerful economic massive killer Brazil that nobody gives a damn about. At least they showed those documents.
That's a good thing, man. This shit's just fucking ridiculous, man. Like Phil Harrison, like I didn't even. Y'all said he worked for Xbox. I didn't even know that was a. If so, that was a blip under the radar. What was he like? Fucking working in the lunchroom? Where was that nigga at? Like, because everywhere he go, it's a fucking disaster. Usually these executives, they go from job to job, but you don't hear from them again. Like Don Matrick went to go work for Zynga, and I don't even know if Zynga's even still a thing anymore. But like Phil Harrison, he's one of them guys that you can't believe any fucking thing he says, man, because all he does is just go by his marching orders. And I cannot believe that this is the 6th or 7th week and we are still talking about this fucking Activision deal. I just want this shit to just go through so that everybody can move on with their lives, man. This shit is ridiculous at this point. The deal is going to go through. I mean, oh my god, this is it's just crazy, unlimited. So, I don't, I really have no comment. Phil Harrison is irrelevant, dude. You're like a fucking ghost from the goddamn 7th generation. Like what? Like, are you fucking for real? Like,
Hey,
take your ass back to fucking purgatory or the Phantom Zone or wherever the fuck you. We dealing with. This is a new age. We're dealing with new hardware. We're dealing with the future. We're dealing with Game Pass. We're dealing with shit that he could have never imagined because he's a relic from the past. He's a relic from the days of selling boxes. He's a relic from another fucking era. Him and fucking and motherfuckers that ain't around no more, like Kaz Harai and Ken Kutaragi. Like Jesus, he's not even as relevant as fucking Seamus Blackley. He like
well,
Phil Harrison.
Hey, but check it out. Let me help you out a little more. Just before that, actually, Phil Harrison inspired Xbox and Seamus to start the Xbox. Phil Harrison was the one that came up and you guys watched that Xbox documentary, and I actually saw this video when this was going on. It was like not an E3, but it was one of those I forget exactly what it was, but I saw this before it came to the show. But anyway, Phil Harrison came up there with a terrible ass suit on from Walmart, and he said he was promoting the PlayStation 2, and he said this is the most powerful computer, even more powerful than the new Pentium that's on the market today. And that's exactly how his bitch ass sound. So meanwhile, back at Microsoft, Seamus Blackley, Ed Fries and their group is trying to pitch to Bill Gates, hey man, we should make this Xbox. And even Phil Harrison said with our emotion engine that was supposed to be in a PS2, right? This is supposed to be this world-class big bullshit. So when he said that, it was like a threat to them at Microsoft saying, hey, he's lobbing grenades right over here at us by saying this PS2 is so powerful, it's going to replace the PC. And that actually fired Bill Gates up. It did. This is a true story. And Bill's like, they were about the Valentine's Day massacre. First of all, Bill said once they got Bill on board to discuss this, he said, okay, find out what this PS2 can actually do. He actually spent the money and they found out what it could do. And like you said, the lies that he's telling. So, and when Bill Gates was about to X the Xbox, and somebody said, well, what about Sony? And Bill's like, hey, fuck that. Let's go. Because it was more offensive. Bill Gates hates Sony, and they say it in that documentary. And they wanted to see what was more egregious. So when Phil Harrison was starting all of the Sony lies and they bullshit, he was the one with that EE engine of the PS2 saying it was more powerful than any Pentium on the market today. And they showed this other customer where a home was filled with nothing but PlayStations. That was offensive to Bill. So we got to thank Phil Harrison for that with his cheap ass suit he had on that day during that presentation, just like Mark Cerny.
I've got nothing else. I mean, you tried to put some respect on his name, but all I know,
nah, I'm bullshitting. You know me.
This is a lying ass motherfucker, man, and it was proven. It was proven years ago, damn near almost decades ago, that the PlayStation 2 was only slightly more powerful than the Dreamcast. It could
Yeah, it
draw
was some bullshit.
it could
Yes.
draw maybe a few more polygons, but the Dreamcast had better anti-aliasing. Like
Yep.
it had shit under that hood. Something
Yep.
called the volume modifier. Like it was nothing but smoke and mirrors, man. It was nothing but
Yep.
smoke and fucking mirrors. But
Yep. And Microsoft did the operating system to that damn Dreamcast.
and so it took Xbox to come out with a real fucking console
Hmm.
with actual Pentium chips in it, a real fucking console to show you how graphics are supposed to be done. That console, those graphics are still impressive to this fucking day. But
Yep.
I digress on limited production here. But when you mentioned Phil Harrison, I was just like, Phil Harrison, he was with fucking Stadia. Oh, no wonder that shit failed. But yeah, it's just it is. Oh yeah, and as far as Google, they don't give a shit about that.
Nope.
I don't know how many billions they lost. They don't give a shit about that. Google is going to keep it fucking moving. They were never all in to begin with, and I got
Nope.
respect to people like Mr. 100 and everybody who ordered it and bought it. But if you gave me the money to get Stadia, I wouldn't have got that shit. Google wasn't all in with that shit. If they were all in, they would have actually built a box. If they were all in,
E-Rock, to coincide with what you just said, they really didn't give a damn about it. They didn't give a damn so much about it. They didn't even spend the money or properly invest the money that they made from the few people that bought Google Stadia, because they're giving all of them their money back. But it's a trick to everybody that bought Stadia from Google. They're giving them all of their money back. But if you bought it from Best Buy or another outlet, I guess you're not getting your money back. But they're refunding the games and the actual money for that you paid for the device. So they knew. They was like, hey man, we made this money. We're gonna put this over here and let this money earn interest. Because when this shit don't work, we'll make it seem like we're good to consumers, and we'll give these jokers all of their money back for buying this shit.
yeah, I don't know what the word for it is, but that was some undercover business shit. Unlimited production, where usually big companies they dip their feet in some water to see if something is viable, right?
Test market.
We're not going to spend now. We're
Mhm.
not going to spend like these assholes Xboxos over here doing. We're not, fuck that. We're not going to spend. We just going to dip our feet in this water like Candy Crush. We're going to dip our
That's
feet
what it is.
in
It's
this,
a pilot program.
yeah, we're going to dip our feet in this water and see what happens. And if that shit catches fire, it catches fire. Like with Xbox, they had no choice but to go all in. You started a brand that's been going around for 19, 20 years. They had no choice but to go all in with that fucking shit. But Google, they was never all in with that shit, because
Nope.
if they hadn't been all in with that shit, they would have fucking made an overture to Activision. They would have made an
Yes.
overture to ZeniMax. They had
EA.
they had EA. They had the fucking money. They
Hmm.
got more money than God, but they just said, nope, nope, nope. Let's just see how this console war shit plays out. And you cannot be viable sitting on the fucking fence.
Hmm.
And Microsoft, the moves they made the last, I'll say 6 years, 7 years, have been aggressive. It's been aggressive as hell. Game Pass, which seemed innocuous at first, that was aggressive now. Now hindsight being 2020, look what happened. They cornered the fucking market. That was an aggressive fucking move. But 2020 getting ZeniMax and Bethesda, these are aggressive moves, not to control the gaming industry, to kind of get this shit, to kind of get somebody in charge of this shit that gives a fuck. To try to kind of get somebody in charge of this shit that's gonna be over Bethesda and be over Activision and not rape the customers. And everybody is quicking in their boots now. Fucking GameStop. Everybody is quaking in their boots. This is a good thing for consumers, but everybody, when when you're so anti against your own country and your own people being successful, and you grew up with the Japanese brand. We all grew up with Sony, right? But if you're an American and you're not rooting for Xbox, you are what I call an expatriate. Now, I'm not getting into fucking politics, but you just are. You're a fucking expatriate because this company, I was telling somebody on Instagram, they're making gaming affordable to gamers.
To
I,
everyone.
I can't afford all these games this year like I did 2 years ago, but thank God for Game Pass. This shit was a game changer. And Google, according to their business model, which Unlimited Production explained in the last podcast, they would never all in with that shit. They could have cornered the market. They could have came in. They could have slid in there and been the dark horse and had Microsoft. Well, not Microsoft sweating, but everybody else sweating. But they didn't go all in, man. So I don't think
I
Google.
still disagree, man. They went all in as much as they
Who,
could go
Google?
all in. No, Microsoft. You were talking about Google not going all in. I agree 100% on that. But Microsoft in the beginning, they did some aggressive things in the beginning. Some
Oh
very, very
yeah,
aggressive
yeah,
things
yeah,
in the
yeah,
beginning.
yeah. I didn't say Microsoft didn't go all in. I'm talking about Google. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Google, they didn't even put they full they all they big toe didn't even get in the water with this shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think that was a wait and see type of deal, and maybe it's
mhm,
some things where there may be tax write offs. Who knows? Listen, these executives and these corporations are fucking smart, man. They're
mhm,
smart. So Microsoft really they're the only ones that we can visibly see and do the eye test and say they're going all in. You're not going
mhm.
all in by paying a timed exclusivity for a fucking character. That ain't going all in. You're
No,
not
dog.
you're not going all in by timed exclusivity for Call of Duty. That's not going all in. That's
Mhm,
playing a game we played in the 90s and the 2000s. Man, the game that changed.
mhm.
Zeke, niggas,
There go E-Rock going fast as hell again.
niggas,
You hit on the
niggas,
point. You
niggas,
hit on
niggas,
the
niggas is buying publishers now, dog. I never
you
seen that like
you're
this.
going too fast, E-Rock. E-Rock, E-Rock just said something I've been wanting to talk about. What you said by buying timed exclusivity. Sony saw how much money they were making off of Call of Duty, and Tuck alluded to that earlier in the podcast. They make it's 17% of what they make in gaming. So Sony probably took maybe uh, about maybe 50 or even 100 million. It's like, hey, we're going to give you this money up front for this exclusive portion of Call of Duty because they knew they were going to get their money back. Now they ain't gonna get that shit. And see, now the game is up here. While they wasting money, like Unlimited and I love to kick Colin Moriarty's head in his minor investments, while they're making these small investments in things that they do not own, here comes Microsoft. It's like, okay, you can buy all these little things. We're going to buy Activision. Now you're not going to have this shit. And now Sony is in a full blown panic. And
These
that's what I'm
motherfuckers,
excited
these
about.
motherfuckers like Colin Moriarty and all of these motherfucking haters and all these guys you mentioned should be cheering Microsoft on, but they're so attached to this brand they grew up with when they was kids, and
Hmm.
they're fucking God of War and jacking off to their fucking anime. Like Microsoft is the only ones powerful enough to fight off Tencent. And what's this other company that's buying up shit? It's Tencent and it's somebody else that's just buying up fucking shit. Embrace a Group.
Embrace a good one. Yep, yep.
Microsoft is the only motherfuckers that are power enough to fight these motherfuckers the way that everybody should be cheering on Warner Brothers if they ever get an executive that knows what the fuck they doing, because Warner Brothers is the only motherfuckers powerful enough to fight Disney. But at the rate Disney's going, they shoot themselves in the foot with each movie they drop. But like fucking Microsoft is the only ones powerful enough to. Google could afford Embrace a Group and Tencent, but they
Hey, E-Rock. Hey,
it's not,
oh,
just don't give a shit. They're failing. I don't understand. But thank God for fucking Microsoft and Xbox, because imagine gaming controlled by these outside fucking interests. And,
mhm.
Sony's going to go away. It's their time to go away. Like it was
Eh,
Sega's time to go away. Like it was fucking Atari's time to go away. Like it was every fucking console the last 40 years. It's time to go away. I don't understand this stupid fucking loyalty I keep saying this stupid Jap box, or stupid Japanese company. They're not even a Japanese company anymore. The Japanese have abandoned fucking, like they're still over there in Osaka, but
Because they're mad.
the
Yeah.
Japanese abandoned PlayStation. They said, go ahead and move to California and let this goofy, cross-eyed fucking dope run this shit, right? Like, I've never seen that before in my life. It'd have been like Sega of Japan saying, let Bernie Stolar and Sega of America run Sega. That shit would have never happened. This is what we need to be talking about one day in the future, all you gaming journalists. What the fuck happened internally over at Sony for them to, one, let PlayStation move to America, and two, not be all in with that company anymore and just be down with timed exclusivity, while your biggest enemy, the motherfucker you've been sweating forever, Xbox and Microsoft, you just sat and watched them get more powerful while y'all were busy counting boxes sold. Yeah, yippee, 90
Yeah.
million
Yeah. Yeah.
stores sold.
Hey, E-Rock, let's count boxes sold.
These motherfuckers came out with Game Pass, right? And who knew? Everybody laughed at that shit at first, the Netflix of gaming. But you shouldn't have laughed. Netflix is the most successful motherfuckers out there. Again, no offense to others. I don't give a fuck how much debt you in. Somebody told me a long time ago, E-Rock, if you ain't in debt, you don't have shit. Like that was the template. Netflix. That was the template. And because of them, you have all this shit now. You got Disney.
Actually, Xbox helped them get that shit started. That was
yes, sir. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Xbox helped them.
Sir.
Hey, E-Rock, I gotta reel you back in because you say important things and you just keep going. Let's go back to your friends
my thing is, if y'all can't keep up with us, don't listen. It's
let's
not our
go back.
job.
But this requires explanation. You went to your friends over there at China with Tencent. Speaking of people that's failing upwards, those dummies hired Sean Layden. Sean Layden was the dumbass that came up with that weird ass equation as what he thinks Game Pass would need in order to be profitable with his stupid ass.
Well,
so
I don't want to make this racial, but he's a white executive.
That's not racial. That's fact.
If I left a failed fucking tenure at PlayStation and like, nigga, you want a job? Get out of here. Sean Layton just walked up here and said, "Hey guys, I heard you niggas was hired. Yeah, come on board, buddy."
I'm gonna say something, and people not gonna understand what I'm saying. Tencent is they're an investment company. They have Microsoft fears them not. They have nothing. They just throw their money at things and fall back. They don't own shit either. But
nobody bitches about them.
They bringing on Sean Layton. Now all of a sudden people stop dogging out Tencent because they feel Sean Layton still works for Sony and he hates Microsoft. So now you hear the YouTubers, they don't say shit about Tencent too much anymore. But I'm glad Sean Layton is over there. He don't know shit about business, dude. He's a motherfucker. Like you said, E-Rock, he was just given a position, dude. You can't make a stupid equation, the one that he came up with, and say this is what Game Pass need in order to be profitable. He's stupid. He don't know shit.
There has been 675 executives over there at Sony since Phil Spencer was hired and took over in 2014. That is unstable.
Another great point.
That is unstable fucking leadership, and that's why we are here where we are today. And I don't understand why nobody's bitching about Embracer Group and nobody's bitching about Tencent.
Nobody.
Don't one of them own Square Enix? Don't one of them motherfuckers own Tomb Raider now? And I haven't seen not one video. I haven't seen not anything. But we got to stop Microsoft. They're acting like Microsoft is fucking Dracula on his way to London. They like that. Like, I never seen anything like this in my life. But I'm done, Unlimited, man. This whole shit is hilarious.
It is. Hey, Unlimited, I get my energy off Unlimited. What Unlimited, what do you think about this bullshit?
Yeah, hey, but before I give my thoughts, I want to get Hebot's thoughts. Hey, Hebot, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Let's hear it.
Hey, Hebot. Yeah, so we were just talking about Phil Harrison, the guy who historically has failed upwards everywhere he's been, whether it's the PS3 era, Sony, where it's the Xbox One revealed, then disappearing to nowhere and jump somewhere, appearing on Google's stage for Stadia a decade later, talking about and had a fail the recent failure with Stadia. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on Phil Harrison's legacy of failure.
Hey, wait. First of all, let me ask you this, Ebot. Don't come here sugarcoat it. You sugarcoated it yesterday. I want you to tell the truth about the whole damn thing. I want you to be radical.
I'm not sugarcoating, Chuck. I'm just saying how it. I'm just saying it like it is. That's it.
Unlimited said his legacy of failure.
And you see, you not being radical. No.
Well,
you know how I am about you being radical, man.
Look, look. Unlike E-Rock, what he said that he feels like they weren't going all in. I really think that Google really was trying to go all in. But the problem with Google is they learned real quick that going into gaming is not just having money. You see, because the problem is a lot of these companies, even Amazon with Luna, you see, you don't hear nothing about Luna, but they still kind of not really closed it up and they let it be because Amazon got money to throw away. They don't care, right? Amazon just likes having their toes dipped everywhere just so that they could keep making money. And if they don't break them that much money, I guess they don't care. But then Google went in thinking that, we're not Microsoft, no one competitor, because the idea of Stadia, although sounded really, really good, the execution was a fail. The execution was not going to adapt because how are you going to have a service, right, where you pay for the service to have it on, right, like a Game Pass, right? But the games are not attached to it where you could just play them and download them whenever you like. One, because they have no place to dedicate them to. There's no box. There was no console. There was nothing to attach it to. So even if you bought, let's say, a $70 game, and let's say in a year you bought 10 games, that's like $500, $600. Even though you bought them, when you don't have that thing online, you can't access it. Those games are only available through the servers online. You can't play them. So you're basically paying for a game that you will never own no matter what, not even digitally.
Yep.
You understand? And that's where the failure came from. Now, we all know Phil Harris started his legacy of a lot of things, and failure is a big one. On PS3, a man was doing his job, but, he also was on 360, if you guys remember. And when he went to 360, he had some success, but then his department that he was taking care of wasn't really flowing. And when they were starting to migrate over, when the Xbox One generation was coming to fruition, they let him go, right? And, Phil Harrison is also a European brethren, right?
Yeah, he's British, right?
Right, yeah, he's British. So, already by design or by nature, a lot of the UK people, for whatever reason, and we used to hear the stories all the time from our brother, the Welsh Jamer, and even our brother, Microbox of X. He always said it, that he never understood the weird attachment that people had in the UK for PlayStation, especially when you see it in comparison.
Man. Well, that shit started in 1995, man. What got them over was FIFA. FIFA got them over.
Right, because they had the exclusive deal that was only on the console, yeah. Yep. But you remember how Microsoft said that even with the changes through the years, that seeing how much more Microsoft would do for the consumer, right?
Yeah.
That it made no sense that the attachment was still there, right?
You're right. Mm-hmm.
And so that's what he always talked about to us. You remember when we used to do the Microbox podcast, he always said it every time.
Yeah, he didn't get it.
Yeah, he didn't get it because he was like, every time I go to the store and buy an Xbox, they look at me like I'm retarded. I remember he used to tell us that. And he never understood why, but now it's more evident and clear with all this absurd and bizarre, because that's the best way to call it, because E-Rock is right. This is so bizarre. That I guess it makes sense because we're in an era where everything is online. Everything is always visible. So people can make of it what they want. People can make up stories and say whatever they want, change it around. And, most people, because they're ignorant to the situation and don't bother to really do the research, they say, oh, that's what it is. They take it as 100% validation or that it's facts, right? But us, because we've been doing this so long, and we've been there every step of the way, we know how this works. We know how this carousel has been spinning over and over again, and it never changes. And Phil Harrison's had a salty taste in his mouth because he thought he was going to get, you know, he was going to get promoted at Microsoft and stay there and do big things and make big money. But he had to then subside and go back to Sony, because we know he went back to Sony during the PS4 era. And then when he went there, I guess he wasn't doing well enough, and they let him go alongside, other people like, Andrew House, Sean Layden, Jack Tran. He bounced on his own. He was like, I'm out before the Titanic actually sinks. He was gone, because I guess he saw the bigger picture going forward, and he had a feeling that it wasn't going to be a pretty one. But Google really thought with money they were going to come in and show all the all the cash. We're like, yeah, we got this. Yeah, Microsoft's they better be afraid of us. Because again, the idea of Google was very attractive, but the execution was garbage. It just wasn't going to fly. And so, it's also wonderful to see it, because people now see that Microsoft has been doing this for years. They were doing this since the early days of PC gaming with Age of Empire, Flight Simulator. And when they did their MSX hardware and had other companies create the software and publish it, and there was a version of it from Toshiba, Panasonic, and all these other places, but it was their hardware and technology. They've been working at this gaming industry thing for years. Bill Gates came out publicly and said it, and Others Inc., our brother Others Inc., was 100% right. They were. Bill Gates didn't like when Sony said, "Oh, the PS2 is more powerful than a PC." He's like, "What the fuck? I want to see what's going on." They went out and bought a couple of PlayStation, had their engineers break it down, play it, see how the games work, and they're like, you know what? He told 4 of their boys, which one of them was obviously
Seamus Blackley.
Seamus Blackley, and he told them, go to our scrap section, because that's literally what they said. Go to our scrap section.
I still got the magazines when the PlayStation 2 came out. Of course, the magazines they back then they dealt in hyperbole. Oh, it's the greatest console, past, present, and presumed. And then
Right.
I remember a year later, developers were bitching almost immediately about
Yes.
RAM and the
Yes.
fucking
It had no RAM. It had no RAM. The RAM was too low. Yeah.
And they were bitching about this shit called anti-aliasing.
Yeah,
Something
the
the
anti-aliasing,
Dreamcast could
yeah.
do. The
Yeah, because
Dreamcast
they couldn't allocate anti-aliasing with into another section, because there was not enough RAM.
Yep, it was
There wasn't
split
enough
RAM at the time. It wasn't unified.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
what ended up happening was Bill Gates did that, had an engineer. He told Seamus and 4 of the other brothers that he worked, his 4 horsemen, go build something and build a console that's going to be superior to this. And that's what they did. And they presented to him, and he still didn't believe in it until they saw what happened when they started running things like Halo behind closed doors and things like that, which originally was supposed to be with Apple.
And you brought that up, and the thing is, because these jokers was spending at first, Seamus and those guys only wanted 500 million. Ballmer and Gates approved them for $1 billion, and as they kept spending money, Bill went over there, because they weren't even on Redmond's campus. They were like 5 miles away, and it was like, hold on, where the fuck is this money coming from?
Yeah.
So
He was saying.
Yeah,
Remember
he went over
Others
there.
Inc.
Yes, he went over
Remember
there.
Others Inc. Seamus said multiple times that when he would go in there, the people from the Xbox division were looked at the Xbox brand, like from the other divisions, the other people, like the computer division, like, yo, what the fuck you doing here? Get out. You don't want to here. He said it. They alienated them. Right.
Yeah.
But they still kept fighting because they believed in the product. They knew what it was going to do. It was going to be a big change for gaming, which it was when they added the hard drive and all that memory and power. It was basically, the 4 ports, everything. And then the online built-in online structure that they did for online gaming.
That was Jay Allard.
Yes, with Jay Allard, absolutely. So I believe Phil Harris just has a salty taste in his mouth, because when he finally got his promotion at Stadia and they made him the head alongside Jade Raymond. They thought they were going to be the hottest shit ever, right? The new kids on the block. So what happened with Jade Raymond? She bounced. She's like, I want to do my own thing because she saw that it was a sinking ship. She saw it wasn't going to work.
And you know what, He-Bot, to tell you the truth, I was going to give that chick a chance because she made Unlimited one of Unlimited's greatest games, and I like Assassin's Creed too. So I was going to give this chick, I was going to give Stadia a chance just because of her. And when she was like, I'm out, this is going to be some bullshit. I'm like, this motherfucker super.
Well, she never publicly said it, but we know what it is.
We
and
know
she
what
made
it
her,
was. Yep.
She made her own development studio, which now is owned by PlayStation, by Sony. They bought them. And they're doing she's doing actually their first free-to-play model type game. That's supposed to be the one that they're making. So anyway, long story short, and I believe that he just has a salty taste because he got embarrassed again by Microsoft. Because he was talking a lot of shit when they announced Stadia. Oh, this is going to be straight competitive cloud gaming. This is going to be a force to be reckoned with. We're going to have actual 4K gaming with no box needed at 60 frames per second. And then it came out and shit was barely doing 1080p at 60. So
what did I tell y'all about Phil Harrison? Believe none of what you hear. I don't make this shit up.
Right. Well, he was trying, he was trying because he finally got his position. He finally got a position where he was the lead in that position, right? So, or the head guy, so to speak. So now, they were saying that was a lie, that Kotaku made that story up or whatever. But then 3 days later, they said, oh, Google is in trying to help Sony to fight and make a case about the acquisition, that it's not good for the gaming industry. And I'm saying to myself, well, Google motherfuckers, you guys ain't going over to question Tencent, and they're Chinese, right? And then you're not questioning Embracer, which I believe Embracer is Korean or European. I'm not sure. I think they're Korean. But anyway, and these motherfuckers are buying everybody left and right, and nobody's questioning them.
Nobody's saying
right?
Shit.
Yet they don't know nothing about gaming. No about the structure of how gaming works. Nothing. They're just buying because they got money. And they want to have power by owning everything and fucking with people like Microsoft because they want to be the world's biggest company making the most money. They don't give a fuck about gaming in itself. And that's why Phil said, if you guys remember a while back, the people we really need to worry about are people like Tencent and Embracer. And people were like, oh, of course you're going to say that, Phil, because you're mad because they got money and they're buying shit more than you guys. No. Phil said they know nothing about gaming. And if they keep buying things that are related to gaming, they're going to kill it off because you got to know what you're doing. You got to know how to nurture it. You got to know how to take care of it, right? And Microsoft already proven that they know how to do that with Rare. They know how to do that with Mojang. They've known how to do that now with, Activision.
Hold on. I caught He-Bot in a lie. Hold on, He-Bot.
Shit.
Look,
Shit.
Microsoft don't know how to cultivate nothing. What do you mean they made something better? What are you talking about? You got to explain yourself.
I'm sorry. I forgot. That's the narrative. I forgot. Yeah. So, these people that so-called don't know how to do nothing are the ones that are actually moving the needle forward, right? Or filling up the tank in your car, so to speak. So, again, I think he's just salty. And I think once you saw that statement that came out, that Google is helping Sony or wants to help Sony, I think that brings some validity of what Phil Harrison's saying. Stadia died because of Microsoft's big acquisitions. Well, what do you think they were going to do? Not buy shit so that you can buy it and they can't have nothing to fight with? Like, that don't make no sense.
Y'all were out for it, and Stadia was out for an entire year before Microsoft bought ZeniMax.
Even more.
Yep.
Y'all had plenty of time. Y'all saw Activision was in trouble 2 years ago. Y'all saw that Bobby Kotick was smacking bitches in the bathroom 2 years ago. Y'all could have went to their board of directors and made a move.
They had an opportunity because remember, Activision went to other buyers. And I'm pretty sure they went to Google, Amazon, and even Sony, but they could not. They didn't want to take the risk at buying them at $120 billion because that was the real market value price.
Yeah.
Then when they had everybody turned them down, they went back to Microsoft, and Microsoft said, "Okay, we'll buy you, but it's no longer going to be 120. We'll give you 68."
Yeah. Well, no,
You
it
either
was
take
more
it,
than
you
that.
either
I thought it
take it
was
or leave it.
95. But it's okay.
Right,
Well, yeah, right.
Well, I
68.
mean,
It was like 95 a share. They went way over their price by some
right,
damn near
right.
$30 or some
So
shit.
Microsoft was like, either you take it or leave it, and we'll save you. If not, keep walking. And what they
And then
did, no
another key
problem.
component of that, real quick, or when we since we talking about market share,
Hmm.
dude, the greatest investor of our time, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett has like 16 or 17% of that. That's more than anybody. So and
Right,
he wants his fucking money, even though he ain't gonna ever spend it living in the same damn house.
exactly.
You know, it's
Right,
bigger than our shit, but that joker should be living in a castle somewhere. But
right,
he's like,
right,
no, I'm gonna keep
hey,
the
hey,
same
hey,
bullshit ass house.
hey, Eli,
right.
also like
Yeah.
you said though too. What is 10 cent? I mean, the people who bought Tomb Raider and all of them, right? Now who were they?
It wasn't Tencent. It wasn't Tencent. That was Embracer.
That's
Okay,
yeah,
now what
embrace
the
the
hell
group.
are they gonna do with it? I mean,
Well,
Nothing.
you gotta talk if you realize Square Enix made sure that they sold that shit off now because Microsoft is in the middle of this deal and they didn't want Microsoft to buy it because
right,
Microsoft had the strongest relationship with Crystal Dynamics.
right.
Hey,
Microsoft could have easily bought them, but what they say, oh, let's do it now, and that's why they sold it for prostitute money for 125 million, and they
That's
got
all.
all them
Yeah,
fucking IPs from like Darksiders to fucking Deus Ex. There's some big heavy hitters there, you
but
see,
I'm like,
but they did it
what
because
are they
they
gonna do with
knew.
that game though? Because they haven't had a Tomb Raider game in years.
No, but remember, they don't want Microsoft owning them because imagine what they can do under the Microsoft umbrella if they did what they did just by Microsoft simply helping them.
But you
You
know
see what I'm
Yeah,
something,
saying?
he bought those Crystal Dynamics is gone because
Hmm.
they're over here making what's the game? Perfect Dark, one of my
But they're
favorite
helping them with
games.
Perfect Dark, yeah.
And here's the thing, the leader of the initiative, he led that group before. So you think they're not going to have enough money to buy the people that will defect from Crystal Dynamics?
Right,
Hey,
right.
and you know this is why I represent the chat. I'm glad Apollo Cooper called me out and said something about where Sony shows at. I'm gonna say something about that later on, Apollo.
Well,
hey,
Sony was supposed to have 100 shows last year, and I don't know what happened to that. Remember?
Hundreds of
hell, they
shows.
didn't have nothing.
hey, yeah, an excellent there, Hebot. But we got to
Mhm.
move on. And before I move
Sure,
on,
sure.
hey, Paulo Cooper's going wild in the chat, man.
Yeah, he
He's
is. I
crazy, man. That
like what he said.
Apollo Cooper is a motherfucker, dude. Y'all just
Yeah.
don't know. That dude is something else. But hey, Unlimited man, could you please tell us what you think about your best friend Phil Harrison?
Hey, man, look, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet on Phil Harrison, man. He's a guy whose track record doesn't match his position. All right, time
Hmm.
after time after time, as E-Rock put it brilliantly, he opens his mouth. It's a bold-faced lie, and unfortunately, in today's day and age, liars are not held to any standard or have faced no consequences for some fucking reason. And
Hmm.
the best thing he did. Hell, I would barely call his success at Xbox 360 days a success, or else Microsoft would have kept him around because Microsoft has kept a lot of quality people around. So maybe there's something that means that's telling me that there's something he wasn't doing right, or they didn't think he was good enough at whatever job he was doing there. So that's why I called him a legacy of failure there, Zane, because everything I followed his
Limited, you
career.
got a potty mouth. Stop saying that.
What did I say?
Nothing. Legacy of failure is. I'm gonna use that shit
Potty,
tomorrow at
potty
work.
mouth.
Yeah, that's because that's what it is, Zink. Everything that he's done tracks back to something that was awful. All right, whether it's lying, whether it's a failure at Microsoft, where this failure at Google is just something else too, because his stint as Microsoft was longer than Google Stadia's lifetime.
Right,
What
right.
failure is
But
that?
unlimited, really quick to add to what you're saying. Remember, guys,
Mhm.
this is not the first time we've seen this. We saw this with Panasonic during the Genesis era. They
Yep.
failed. We've seen it with TurboGrafx with NEC. They failed. We've seen that with Philips CDI with Philips. They failed. You can't just come into the market and
3DO.
say, I got money. I'm going to swing my penis because it's big and long and win. That's not how that works.
Nope.
You got to get that shit to work and fill it up with blood so it get hard. That shit ain't gonna work like that, honey. You know what I mean?
Well, hey,
That's not how that works.
and he bought.
And if you don't got the right, if you don't got the right hands, if you don't got the right hand setting you up, okay? If you don't got the right hand setting you up, you gonna stay lit for a while.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh
Mike,
shit.
Mike,
But like you said, the thing about it is, I had the 3DO, and I thought the 3DO was gonna be successful, but
Me
damn
too.
thing was too damn high for number one.
Oh yeah. But they didn't have.
Expensive.
And
You need studios and exclusives and other things like features that other people
He
don't
bought-
offer to be attractive.
he bought Microsoft was the only company that I ever seen in the last
Yes.
20 years that
Yes.
made sure that the highway was built before they
Yes.
started putting on ramps.
Before
Thank
they
you.
started going over it. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, listen to E-Rock that make it sound like he's so intelligent. Like we don't know Microsoft is $1 trillion company for a reason. That's what we trying to tell these stupid ass jokers in these other podcasts, wondering why
Right.
Microsoft is so fucking great. This ain't no damn mistake. They have
Yeah,
a plan before they react, like
Hey,
Dia
hey,
4568's tidal wave.
But I tell you right now, one thing the 3DO did have going on for it was Way of the Warrior. That was a damn good ass game.
Yeah, that was a good game.
It was a damn good ass game.
So was Box
that game
Adventure.
it was before its time.
Yeah. Hey.
And huh?
Oh, sorry about that. Finish what you're saying. Then we're gonna move on.
That game was before its time. That game was beating the holy crap out of Mortal Kombat back in the day because they had like blood and it showed everything. I mean, it showed everything. But to me, the 3DO would have been successful. But here we go again. Sony blocked everything. Sony turned around and wiped the market out of it because they were supposed to have Madden on it too. It was supposed to have Madden on it too, but Sony stopped that real fast. And when Sony stopped that died out real fast too. So, and to tell you the truth, the 3DO was actually a better system than the PS2.
Oh yeah,
it was actually a better system, and but it just died out because it cost too much for number one.
Well, it was way before it, but the PS1 just had too much ground. That's all it was.
Right. PS1 just had too much ground, so. But it was a good game, though. It was a good system. I liked it.
And PS1 had Madden, and it forced our Madden league to get the PS1, so we can keep playing Madden.
Yeah.
Hey, and with excellent guy. Hey, for everybody viewing, and thank you for joining us. I want y'all to check out Brazil. Brazil approved the Activision deal in their country. No surprise. Right. I want y'all to read what they said because they called out Sony, and it is it's about damn time somebody some entity called out Sony on their bullshit.
Stop it!
Hey, the paraphrase. I want you to read it because it's actually a fairly long statement. But
say it unlimited.
But the paraphrase, Brazil just pretty much said that they're not in the business to protect or defend a particular interest group or specific competitor, i.e. Sony. So yeah, man. Earlier in the chat, they were saying that it was approved, and so I was reading up on it.
Excellent.
Yeah, excellent. But moving forward, man. At the end of the day, we're all Xbox fans. We're Xbox fans for a reason. And today I saw that Xbox Series S and X has surpassed 17 million consoles.
Oh yeah.
Again, they're fastest selling Xbox today. And I just like to take. I like to take time sometimes to just praise. To just throw some positivity out there. And what's more positive than your favorite console brand having success? So I'm gonna start with you, Tuckmaster, man. What are your thoughts on Xbox Series X and S? 17 million consoles, another breakthrough with the milestone of what is turning out to be their best generation so far. Tuck.
He's out.
My God.
Sorry about that, fella. I was on mute. Hey, let me tell you right now. Hey, as far as I'm concerned, they got more systems than that out. I mean,
I agree.
They do, but hey,
they might.
They got that. They the only one that got that many systems out. How many do the PS5? Are they still sitting at 20 million?
Who knows? They haven't said nothing.
No, according to them, they had 100 trillion or some shit.
Easily, E-Rock. Agreed.
I ain't talking about that regular ass PS4 crap. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
they sold 100 trillion consoles, E-Rock, and today they made another statement saying they're going to continue to support PS4.
Damn, he about stole my shit. I was gonna say that. He about stole my shit. Damn.
That being on a serious note, I'm glad to see what Microsoft's doing. I'm glad to see what they're doing overall with the Game Pass. I'm glad to see what they're doing with the Xbox, and they're just gonna keep on getting it better. As soon as the damn acquisition go through, it's gonna be done and over with for Sony, and I'll be so damn glad. Oh, you just don't know, y'all. I'll be so glad when this thing is done over with. Because, like I said, I'm gonna say it again, it's not about next year. It's not about 3 years from now. It's about this damn year. If they get this shit, hey, and let me tell you right now, and like listen, and we know the reason why Sony is locking this thing up after November the 8th. That's what they're trying to do. But if this thing passes anytime after November the 8th and decide to go through, Xbox is still put on the Game Pass. So it don't make no doggone difference. But I'm loving what Xbox doing. That's the reason why I said Xbox is the best box, and that's all it is to it. And I'm not there, and damn Sony, and them damn ponies, and damn them all.
Damn them all.
Because the Xbox is number one in my heart. I love it. That's the reason why I got 3 of them.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I forgot Tuck and Hebot pretty much they have more Xboxes than they probably count for half the sales. E-Rock.
Yeah, we have all the sales. We have all the sales.
Hey, let me tell you right now.
We got half the sales with a reason.
Yeah.
Let me tell you right now. I got 2 Xbox X's in the house. My son got an Xbox X. I got an Xbox S, and then I got an Xbox X. So nobody can tell me shit about I am not an Xbox lover.
We know
it. I don't buy no PS crap in my house.
Hey E-Rock, Chuck is sounding right now like one of those infomercial moments from the wrestlers when they're about to fight their fucking opponent.
I mean, is he sure he's from Oklahoma?
Yeah, right.
And they fellas,
you are one country motherfucker. God damn. I haven't heard doggone since the Dukes of Hazzard. God damn.
Doggone Bo Luke.
Y'all just don't know.
He's doing the boss hog.
Hey, listen, y'all.
Unlimited said, "What the hell are y'all talking about?"
Hospital,
yeah, right.
The VA hospital is like tax free. So you know what I'm about to say. Do not let that store get an Xbox X. Because the hell I'll probably buy another.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to break your face with an Xbox One X.
Y'all just don't know, man. I'm crazy.
Hey, man, where the hell is... Where's Sega, man?
System, man.
He sound like the Ultimate Warrior, and I'm crazy.
Where is Sega Man when you need him? Because Sega Man would have had a chime in right there.
Yeah,
I know,
man. He'll be making his grand return to the Unlimited Truth soon enough.
I'm glad to see what the Xbox doing, fellas. I really am.
Yeah, same here, Tuck. And that's why I want to talk about it, because it's one thing to talk about, this company do this and that, but sometimes it's just cool to sit back, talk about what you enjoy, man. And me, everybody knows I'm the lover. I'm the game. I love gaming. I think gaming is in a great state. And what's better, E-Rock?
Yes.
What's better, E-Rock, than knowing that my favorite brand is having even more success? And none of us here are like sell the way the PlayStation fans were last gen, where they could have took my job as an accountant the way they're counting them boxes. But it's just enjoying the success. So E-Rock, I want to get your thoughts on it, man. What do you think about Xbox Series X and S surpassing 17 million consoles sold?
I think it's great. I'm just, Wow, it's just I mean, good on Microsoft and good on Xbox and good on Phil Spencer and that entire team there, and it just cements all of the good work that Phil, Aaron Greenberg, Sarah Bond, Matt Booty, and all those other people that I can't name. It just cements that they've really been working hard to give people a product that they enjoyed. It's a product that I enjoy. It's a product that you guys enjoy. Uh, it's a product that has an excellent value proposition. And that's what's most important to me these days. Whether you're having a successful year financially or not, you should always be trying to look at a good value proposition, whether it's Sam's Club or shopping at
Hmm.
BJ's or shopping at Costco's. As an American consumer, you should always be looking at a good proposition. And right now, the Xbox is an unbeatable proposition where you could just spend what I think it's $300 for the Xbox
S.
Series S. Yeah, and
Actually, fun fact, it was on sale for 240 not long ago.
wow, that's crazy. I hope they
You
have some.
know,
That is crazy.
let me add some context to Unlimited shade he just threw out there, that 249. Microsoft dropped that price of the S to 249 when Sony mysteriously went up to 550 after reducing the actual production cost of the PS5. They raised the price. Microsoft said, "Hey, don't tell Unlimited, but we're gonna lower this bitch to 249."
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Why wouldn't you, as a consumer, unless your children really, really, really want a Nintendo to play fucking Mario Kart, why would you not go into Best Buys or your local Sam's Club or whatever is near you, and you see the Xbox Series S sitting there for 249 or whatever, and you get that, and you get you got a debit card, you get Game Pass for Ultimate for $15 a month, and you got unlimited gaming. It's a deal we would have never thought about 7 years ago. It's a
No.
deal we would have never thought about last generation. Like what? I mean, I go back and I'm land my plane because I don't want to go on because you guys got to go on next. But I would have never imagined this back in the day of the Xbox One, and I was a huge Xbox One dude, still am. I used to go to this convenience store up here in Philadelphia called 7-Eleven, right? And buy a whole bunch of those
We have
Xbox
7
Live
Eleven.
cards. Yeah, I used to buy a bunch of those $25 Xbox Live cards, and I was set. I had my Xbox Live for the year, and that's how we rocked and roll. But like this Game Pass is just unbelievable. So
Like
when
you
it comes
said,
to value, that is why I think Xbox is just selling so well because finally the consumer is seeing. They can now see for their own eyes that there's a value out there that's for the gamers, and it's just a great thing, man. And to hear that they've sold all of those consoles, hey man, congratulations! It's a great thing. I'm happy for them.
yeah,
Yeah,
I am
yeah,
too.
and to add to that real quick, um, it's the few consumer friendly products out there, man. Because for example, the recent iPhone came out, and iPhones are all expensive as shit. You know, whether you like Apple or not, you know these phones now are over $1,000, which is to me is still an absurd price. So so
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
so so they're very you know you can't build a PC for $500 that's going to do
No.
everything. Plus, a feature like Quick Resume, let's not forget, Quick Resume is an exclusive feature to these Xbox consoles. Your PC can't do that. You know,
Mhm.
anytime you don't praise PC games, PC fans come out the woods like stalkers, be like, my PC can do this. No, it
Yep.
fucking can't. All right.
Nope.
My best friend's a PC gamer, and all the time I'm telling them about, hey man, my game does this, this, and this. Oh shit, I wish my PC could do that. You know what I'm saying? So the it's a consumer friendly product. You know, the way the turnaround they did this generation, I think it is has got to be. I haven't seen a turnaround like this since hell. It I can't think of a turnaround like this with anything. You know what I'm saying? I usually like to throw a
We've never
sports
seen it.
analogy, huh?
We've never seen anything like this before.
No,
Never.
not the type of turnaround where to say. look, I know, no, I know people suffer from short-term memory, but I don't. If you were an Xbox fan at this time in 2013, you couldn't praise Xbox for nothing, E-Rock. And then now, fast forward a whole generation later, all of a sudden, it's the greatest fucking thing ever. People who you never would have thought, you know what I'm saying? People who probably would have never gave it a chance. And I don't mean to fraud the, I mean like just regular gamers, right? Probably would have never gave it a chance, love this stuff and all this stuff. How many? I don't think people realize 70% of Xbox Series S owners are new Xbox, like first time owners or something crazy
Wow.
like that. So they're bringing in new people, and with that, I'm gonna move on to my brother, Hebot. Man, Hebot, man, what do you think about?
Hey, real quick, because I wanted to jump back at E-Rock because he talked too
Go
fast
ahead,
and he need a
Zink.
little.
After Zink,
You have to elaborate on a couple things E-Rock says. Like, if when you get a kid a Series S, you could get them the regular Xbox Live for $60 for the year, and you could tell a parent, hey, you're gonna get some free games every now and again, and your kid could get that. You get see that's the market that people forget about. Those free games that people think ain't shit. Those little kids love to get those free games
Yep.
that they can keep because they ain't gonna ever get shit else. That's gonna be their one fucking game forever that parent could afford, and that's all you gonna get. But that kid is gonna get replenished games all the time, dude. That's an incredible value, like E-Rock was saying.
Hey, yo, but you know what? I'm going to tell you another thing, too. Now, you hear all these damn PS people talk about the first thing they talk about. Because, there's 10, Xbox that game that left the Game Pass. Well, they left the Game Pass. I said, well, hell, the thing about it, they replaced it with 19.
Yeah, more shit coming in. So what?
What you talking about? They replaced it with 19 new games.
Mm-hmm.
So I just tell them straight up, y'all. I said, don't even hand me that stuff. I told them the other day, they shut up because y'all don't make no damn sense at all.
That's like going to a movie. That's like going to a movie theater in 2022 and expecting to see Smokey and the Bandit. We're Smokey and the Bandit. Like, motherfucker, we rotated that out of the schedule 29 years ago, nigga. Get out of here.
It's like you said, E-Rock. I mean, come on. I mean, hell, they take 10 out, but they replace them with 19 new games. So what is the big bicker about?
It's something to complain about, Tuck.
Yeah, always
That's
something
all.
to complain about.
It's something to complain about.
That little Stadia, and y'all only got one game to play, and that's the Pussycat game. Straight. Man, please.
yeah, hey, excellent put. Hey, Hebot, you there?
God damn.
I'm here.
All right, hey, Hebot. So I want to get your thoughts on the success that the Xbox Series S is having, man. S and X. I know none of us here, we don't brag about sales, but the point of this topic is just it's good to celebrate positive shit for once. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Every podcast
absolutely.
don't have to be talking about the Activision deal. It don't got to be talking about how much we hate Sony and all that other shit. Sometimes it's good to say, hey, man, this is something good that's happened. Let's talk about it. So I want to get your thoughts on the success of the Xbox Series S and X in their sales of their consoles.
Well, I mean, any real gamer is supposed to celebrate a successful story, right? Because that's what we love, the gaming industry. And right now, it's as fruitful as it's ever been, if not more, right? So to say that you're a gamer and then you sit in a podcast talking about, oh, that's some bullshit. Microsoft swears up and down they're catching up to so. Look, I was even happy, right, that Sony was doing well last generation, right? After they got their ass kicked in the PS3 era. But you know what happened? They kept talking a lot of shit. And once they kept talking that shit, I was like, you know what? Fuck you guys. Because you can't even be humble and have some humility. You have to be fucking dickheads, right? On top of getting success, you're being dickheads and arrogant again. So you're showing your colors as always. So fuck you. And that's why it's like, I'm going to start calling them out. Fuck them. because they couldn't keep their mouth shut and just enjoy the success and their laurels. No. They had to start being funny. We this is how we trade games, and this is how we play our used games, right? And then after that, we have the camera separate, even though we know damn well that you motherfuckers had it together, and then you took it out when you saw the backlash when Microsoft had put it in the box and they were charging $500 because you were going to charge the same exact price because you even admitted it.
They were so angry because Xbox 360 humiliated them.
Absolutely,
that 100%. But they brought that on themselves. They were the ones.
Yes,
they were the ones hyping up PlayStation 3 before it even fucking dropped.
Came out
saying that
exactly.
Xbox 360 was dead in the water.
Yes, 1,000% right. And then when they saw that the Xbox 360 just kept fucking shit up, especially here in the States, they were like, "Fuck these motherfuckers!" They took our spot, right? But that's okay because every number one gaming company always falls at some point.
Hold on, Hebot. Let me get mine in there since you brought that camera up. And that's the reason they got mad at the one. I don't believe I'm forgetting this Sony executive's name, where he said it was like taking over Sony. The PlayStation at that time was like taking over the Titanic right before it sank. I don't believe I'm forgetting his name. But at any rate, they got mad at him because they said, like, well, we could take this camera out of the box. But little did they know, by leaving that camera in there, they would have made a larger profit off of that because it didn't cost shit to make that little piece of shit that they made to throw in that box. They probably lost $30 per console.
Plus, it became the most prevalent peripheral last gen anyway, because everybody started doing what? YouTube streaming, Twitch streaming. You needed to show your face. You need a fucking camera. Microsoft knew this, and that's why they were implementing it. But then everybody was like, no, they just want us to they want to spy on us so they can see when we're fucking our wives, and they want to see when we're stealing money from the government and all that other fucking retarded shit. That's what they did. But again, they did that shit. So once I saw that shit, I was like, you know what? Fuck these guys. They're not for the gaming industry. They're for themselves, as always. The media is going to help them because they're so fucking swole from PS3 era, like E-Rock just pointed out, which he's 1,000% right. And now they were like, yeah, we feel vindicated. Yeah, I remember when everybody at IGN was standing on top of the tables. When they said Ford $399. I remember that bullshit. I was like, what the fuck are these motherfuckers smoking? Because they knew that was going to give them an advantage, right? And then they knew.
Hey, see, that's the Hebot that I know.
Well, and then they knew that was going to be.
Bring that radical out of you. I like that.
Then they knew that was going to be the point of argument to be able to slander Microsoft, right? When it was not that simple. It was much more complex than that, right? But anyway, smart gamers like us, we stuck by the guns. We didn't turn coat. We knew what they were trying to do. We saw the vision. We just embraced it and then went with accepted whatever came with it, whether it was changes, whether it was, backlash,
and
whether they took it away.
One of the things we were so excited about, and I keep reminding people of this, because they started talking that DRM shit. The reason that DRM shit was there, they were buy one game and we were going to be able to share it with 9 of our friends.
Yeah.
That's why it was there. And I'm like, wait a minute, y'all not happy about this shit? What the fuck is the problem?
Right. Plus the DRM. Well, the DRM was to protect the publishers because remember in the 360 era, a lot of developers closed down. And as a matter of fact, I'll say it again, and I've said this before, in the beginning of the Xbox One era, if you guys remember, there was that game that came out, which was called Murder Soul Suspect. And the same day it was released, the developer closed down because they didn't make no sales. They had no sales, literally. Okay, you understand? And because they had no sales, that was hurting the industry. So they were trying to figure out, well, how can we beat the GameStops and the Targets and the fucking Toys R Us's where they take shit in, trade it, give you $25 after you just bought the game for $60 the day before, and then they resell it again for $55 and only take $5 off the market.
Absolutely crazy.
Right. And that money, what people don't understand, that secondary money when they sold it used, that money went straight to GameStop, not to the
And
developer,
yep.
not to the publisher.
Hey,
That's
and
why
Hebot,
GameStop always pushed.
you
What?
talking about arrogance. They were GameStop was really arrogant back then because it was like we don't have to give any money to anyone. They were
Right.
cocky back. Now they ain't
Right.
saying shit
Well,
because
and that's why
they on their
they
way
would.
out.
If you remember, Other Zinc, whenever you would go into GameStop, they would always push. Yeah, get the game used. You can try it out for 7 days and bring it back,
Yes,
and you don't lose no
yes.
money if you don't want it,
Hey,
or change it for another game.
He bought. Not only that, they try and sell your ass a open copy because we wanted it new. I'm like, hold on, bruh. I want to open up my
Yeah, the
shit.
gutted copy.
Yeah,
They call it the
yeah.
gutted copy.
Yeah, dude, it's
Yeah,
the same thing. And I'm like, hey,
yeah,
you know what? I was like Unlimited, Sega Man, and TK9. I want to open my fucking game, okay?
right,
I don't want
right,
you opening my shit. Out of here.
right, right. And again, because look, the point blank is this: it is very nice to see Microsoft having success with their consoles, especially for us because we're console gamers, because that just means console gaming will continue to thrive, will continue to exist, and will continue to be prevalent, which is what any real gamer would want. Because let's not forget, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what anybody says. It wasn't PC, and it's not going to be streaming services. Consoles is what made gaming big.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, because it's the only way or the most appealing way that anybody, any casual, any grandma, grandpa, single mother, single father, whatever the case may be, uncle, aunts, nephews, can come into a store with no headaches whatsoever. Yo, can I get that ATI 80NX 90 1220? No, because they're not gonna know what the fuck that is. They're gonna be
Well,
like, let me get that Xbox.
also, Grandma, you're gonna need this big ass cord, and this
Yeah,
cord have to be rated for this shit right here, and you're gonna have to download this driver over here and
yes,
shit,
sir.
Grandma, for your
Well,
fucking
you're gonna need
kid.
this carbon fiber case so it won't catch on fire. You're gonna need a cooling system. Then you're
Yeah.
gonna need a power pack that can actually run all these game cards, graphic cards, and then you need a sound card. Plus, on that, you need dedicated RAM
Hey,
and DDR RAM.
Grandma, also you need to call Comcast to get your ass some good ass internet too.
Exactly.
Fuck out of here.
So look, at the end of the day, console is the most appealing way to sell hardware to play games. That's why phones has become so big because everybody in the motherfucking planet has a phone. You just go into the store, you download it, you pay $1, $2, whatever it is you pay for it, and you play it on your phone.
Listen to Hebot just going off tonight.
You
Hey, and
know
you
what
know
I'm
what?
saying?
My big sister invented the extinction of the house phone because the only
Right,
ones that have house phones now are our parents. That's
right,
it.
right, right,
No,
right.
no new
Yeah.
homeowner had no damn house phone.
Right, right. Well, it's all there. The writing's been there, but it's very nice to see, especially that they're being embraced because almost every day on Twitter, you see that a new person, especially in Japan, has bought an Xbox One S and
Yes.
in some cases, an Xbox One X. How long have they been fighting to show Japan that they actually care about gaming and want their respect?
Hey,
Even though Japan,
Been going on
he
for
bought.
a
Sorry to cut you
long
off there.
time.
Sorry to cut you off there, but you raise up a great point that I want to
Yes, he
elaborate on,
did.
and I'll just let you continue.
absolutely, go ahead.
It's kind of crazy how at the same time Microsoft is having their most success they've probably ever had in Japan.
Yes,
As Erock mentioned, Japan dumped Sony a couple years ago, and
Mhm.
it kind of shows that there's still a market for console gaming, even for a country that I've always hear no, but they're on mobile, they're on mobile, they're on mobile, and I'm
yes,
sure they are. I'm not
yes,
denying that they do mobile gaming, but the success of the Series S tells me that no, at the end of the day, a lot of gamers still want to go home, get a controller in their hand, kick back, and play a
Mhm.
game the easiest way
it's
possible.
e-
And the easiest way with the best quality is the Xbox.
right, unlimited. It's the Game Pass and cloud because
Game Pass
they
and
Oh,
cloud,
oh,
correct?
and cloud
Yep.
and
because
here's the
they
thing.
can take their whole library on their phone, tablets, or computers, and
And
they
here's
can
the
go
thing.
home and keep on going wherever they left off.
Yep.
And here's
And
the
they
thing.
don't have
Here's
to
the
pay a
thing,
dime. It's
Hebot.
all there. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Hey, let me add to that, Hebot. Notice
Genius.
here's another thing. Here's another thing. Notice they're having their success without what? them precious Japanese games that I hear is the greatest fucking thing ever.
Right, right,
Wow, great point.
right. Because the
Great point.
Japanese games aren't there, are
how long
coming
have we
now,
heard?
but they weren't there from the beginning.
But how long have we heard for years? Xbox needs Japan. Xbox. It
Yes.
turns out
Yes.
it's not fucking true.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they just got Nino
Mhm.
Cooney last fucking week. So
Yes.
Nino Cooney isn't the reason. Nino Cooney isn't the reason they bought an Xbox. They don't
Exactly.
even,
Right.
Persona ain't even on Xbox yet. So Persona ain't the reason why they bought
Nino
Xbox.
Cooney is the cherry on top now. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's what it is for the Japanese. They're like, what?
Hold
We
on,
have
you said
Nino
what was the
Cooney on
cherry on?
this?
You
You
said
see
that
what I'm
was the
saying?
cherry on top?
Yeah, it's the cherry on top.
Hey, coupled with that, let's keep going with this since Unlimited done went to Japan. Hey,
Yeah.
also Sony helped us by making that. Hey, Unlimited, look at your PlayStation and tell me how big that motherfucker is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey,
Oh
man,
yeah. It is.
I
It's
had to get
fucking
the
massive.
Mexican
Yeah.
next door. I had to get the Mexican next door to help me get that shit.
Oh shit! You stupid. You stupid. Shut up, Unlimited. You stupid.
We had to
You
take the feet off like
stupid.
on a couch. We had to angle it in. It was a
You
thing.
fucking stupid. You stupid. He said they call U-Haul and shit for that shit. Unlimited is dumb. You need to stop. Yeah, yeah.
The landlord told him he violating his lease, all that bullshit.
Can you imagine? If you get a PS5 and you got a big ass table at home,
Mhm.
and the,
Oh,
and
let me get
the,
that.
the
Let me
damn
get that.
big as your table,
Please.
dude, that's embarrassing, man.
Oh, God.
I mean, have something that damn big and you got a big ass table at home, and the damn thing is big as your damn table.
It's that they built it that big for a reason, so they could dissipate heat, and they still failed at it. It's just they really got beat, and silicone this
Well,
generation.
E-Rock, they're talking about doing a external drive so they can make it smaller, and then you could just buy it if you want it, and then attach it, or if you don't want it, you could leave it as a digital. That's what they're trying to do now to make it smaller.
Why again was Mark Cerny held as a genius? What the fuck happened? Explain this to me.
Don't get me started with that. I'm gonna be quiet on that.
They talk about doing external drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Now, when the 360 tried that, what did everybody talk about? Oh, it's gonna fail. It's too damn much money. I mean, now
it's smart all of a sudden.
Now so they gonna try to do it. And how much the damn thing gonna cost?
I hope they do it so bad, dude. I hope they do it so bad. Oh, I hope they do it so bad. It's gonna make me so happy.
How much this damn thing gonna cost? Because you know it's gonna cost. Plus,
Yeah, well, it's in a
seas already.
it's an attachment, and they tried to associate that with the Series S. I'm like, no, bro. If we want that shit, we'll get the X. Okay, so settle down. That's why I bought my kids X's. We don't have an S, dude, because those jokers have old DVDs that they want to play. So you can play. You don't need anything else. You just get that right there, and we good.
But it's like you said, but why are they doing that?
Well, that's another reason why it's so attractive in Japan too, because that eliminates space for them. Just having games digitally on the console.
Because their living quarters are so small over there, and you could hide. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm over here with you guys. We're straight shooters. I'll admit when I'm wrong, and when I was disappointed, I was really disappointed when they went with the S model. I'm like, dude, do not give Digital Foundry a reason to hate on your shit. Phil Spencer was like, hey man, fuck them. We're gonna do this shit this way. And here I am, I'm telling Phil, no, man, don't do that. He's like, Zink, shut the fuck up. We're gonna make this S model over here because it's gonna be appealing to everybody. You could hide this shit, dude. Okay, so some battles I could accept the loss like that. I just didn't want anyone to have extra ammunition. I wanted everybody to completely shut the fuck up. Then Jason Ronald called me. He was like, "Look, man, this Series S is going to be able to do more 120 frames per second games than the PS5. We straight." I was like, "All right, man, cool. I'm out."
And that's an objective fact. It really does play more better frame rate games than the PS5.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Fireboss here said that the Microsoft get ready to set up the S to use an external disk drive, so that's why Sony's planning it. And
Yeah.
you know,
Well, I hope they don't.
I hope
yeah,
they don't either.
well, I mean, I won't mind it because it's going to be an option, you know, and it's not going to be something like, hey, you can't play a Series S if you don't have the disc, if you don't have the external drive. It's not going to be like that if Microsoft do it, you know. So if they do it, it's you know, it's just going to be to them probably another way to make games accessible. Because let's not forget, there are people who do ask for these features. We may not want it, but other people do.
Correct.
And we gotta let people enjoy stuff that we don't, you know.
Correct. And see, that's where my bias is.
Yeah.
And but you know, in marketing, I understand you have to appease everyone. That's why I went back to what E-Rock was talking about. Because you know, when E-Rock brought up about you get a kid coming off of a Nintendo that's 4 years old, you buy them a Series S, you get them a year of Xbox Live, they'll probably have maybe 30 free games a year from this shit. Forget if I like it. That doesn't matter. This kid is
Right.
getting some games that, hey, when I was that age, we only got 3 or 4 games a year at
A year.
best. We had to rely. We conspired on our block. We was like, hey, I'm gonna get this game, you get that game, and we had all the fucking games. You know,
Right, right.
You know,
Well, I
but
mean,
we weren't getting them as a household. We
we
had to
we
get
were
them
from
as
the
a
era.
group.
Other thing, we were from the era that we traded with each other. Like once we beat a couple games, yo, what games you got? Yeah, I got the new Bionic Commando, and I got the new Blaster Master. All right, I'll let you use that, and I'll let you use the new Batman game. You know what I mean?
Correct. And
That's how we
it
roll.
was, and we didn't have no internet. So we
No,
had to go across the street or
that's
across
right.
around the block to each other's houses. So we stayed over there. Hey,
Yeah.
your parents calls like, hey, it's time to eat. Oh, I'm eating over at such and such's house. Okay, cool.
hmm
That's when you were allowed to stay out past the street lights on.
Right,
My
right.
parents had,
Right,
oh, you
right.
get your ass killed if you didn't
Yeah,
beat
yeah.
them. Hey, and you could hear them bitches come on, that hum sound.
And
Boy,
then I mean, you had some of those parents that were fucking rude or just stingy. They'd be like, it's time to eat. You got to go home. You know?
absolutely. Oh, without question. And you knew you were leaving out of there close to that time. All right, hey man, I'm out of here. And you know, we
We
didn't
didn't
have no
understood. We
pause
didn't
button.
understood why, but
We understood.
you know,
We
we
just
didn't understand
some of
why.
our
But now
parents
as
was like
adults,
that.
we do, right?
Yeah, and then you know what? Back
hmm
then we didn't have quick resume, and we didn't have game saves
Nah,
like that.
nah.
Pac-Man was
We
over.
have
That bitch was over.
passwords.
I,
We have
I
passwords.
remember.
God damn it!
I remember I used to try to leave the console on, then I come
Oh
back and my
shit!
mom
Yes,
turned it off.
Yes.
yes, yes,
And hide that light.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
Oh
yes.
shit.
That's a fact. I remember leaving. I forgot what game it was for like 3 days on, so I could finish beating it.
Yeah, buddy.
I
Yeah,
remember
me
that because
too.
if games didn't come with like passwords, oh, that shit sucked. Like because you know how you
Yeah.
had the password and you start where you were left off. If they
Yup.
didn't have a password, like God damn it, I gotta play this shit from the beginning.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you
But
do?
that
You
was a
put
good
the damn
topic, man.
console on.
I don't have nothing on that topic. I agree with everybody, and I just don't believe those sources all the time. Just like 100 say, Sony say they have 30 million consoles, so they're not in anybody's home. They ship them to a warehouse somewhere to sit, or they defected or some
It's
bullshit. I don't
basically a
believe
lot of
nothing they
scalpers
say.
on other things. There's a lot of scalpers. There's a lot of PlayStation 5s
Hmm.
in the scalping market. A lot. A
Yeah,
lot.
Yep.
yeah. Hey, and yeah, and if you guys got time, we could go through this last topic pretty quickly, and then we're gonna
Absolutely.
call it a night. You
I
know,
ain't doing shit. We could go on to 12 midnight.
now we ain't going that long.
Damn.
You know what limit is not gonna leave his lady love waiting for him that long. And you bugging.
Okay, yeah. Hey, but
You
but
crazy.
anyway, yeah. But anyway, man. So the last topic for tonight, it's you know, there's sometimes I just love to have these "I told you so" moments, and the most
Right.
recent one is that Hunter Hearst or whatever his name. What's his name again, Zink? Because I keep calling him Hunter Hearst, but he ain't the wrestler.
Hellman Hurst.
Hellman
Okay,
Hurst.
Hellman Hurst, right? So Hellman Hurst said that they're going to continue to support PlayStation 4 games, right? And there was a leak the same day about how Horizon Zero Entertainment, the first game, is getting a remake. And it's funny how we
Oh my God.
I could have sworn, maybe my memory ain't right, y'all. I could have sworn that when Phil said that we're going to support the Xbox One for 2 years, all we heard was Xbox going to hold back next gen gaming. Why is Xbox holding back gaming? We do true exclusives. I want true
Right.
exclusives. And now,
Right.
once again, every single thing Sony has said they lied about. Again, like I said earlier, somehow liars just don't face any consequences.
Yep.
And the other thing they lied about is that they're putting their games day and date on PC for their multiplayer games going forward, and then quote unquote up to a year for their single player games. And guess who don't have PCs anymore? Puerto Rock. Where's your
Sony.
PC, man? I thought you're quitting the day that Sony put their games on PC. Where's your PC, Red Dragon?
Yeah, well,
I
he
thought you
said. I
were
remember what he said. If Sony puts all their games on PC, I'm getting a PC. Fuck the PlayStation. That's what he said.
Yeah, be a man of be a man of your word and get out. So, you real quick, I'm gonna start with you, Tuck, because I know you want to touch on this one. What do you think about Sony's once again lying, getting caught lying, saying something else, and facing no consequence? Nobody calls them out for lying to their face for the last 2 years.
Y'all, it's like this, man. It's so sad that these damn Sony ponies are going to have to spend another $70 for a damn game.
And they praise it.
It's already what, 5 years old already?
Yep.
See, that's a damn shame. And it just cracks me up because the fact that they always saying that we don't have nothing to play. They don't have shit to play now. Okay? You're making these damn remakes for no damn reason. You're charging $70. But you got these guys out here saying, "Oh, it's okay that we can spend $70 for a game," but they want to go and do that to support their system, which they know that's a damn lie because they're not gonna do it. They ain't gonna go out there spend no damn $70 for a damn remastered game. And if they do it, they're morons. They stupid, and that's it. I mean, they're stupid. It don't make no damn sense you buy a damn $70 game just to have pretty graphics. I mean, just to have pretty graphics.
Or have a small.
With no add-ons.
Just to have a sweet talk. I think that's what they're trying to say. Yeah.
No add-ons. I mean, they're not adding on to the game. The game is $70. They're not doing no add-ons to the damn game. So that is just damn right stupid. If they want to be that stupid to buy a $70 game for a remake, be my guest. But I tell you right now, and I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to use this saying, y'all remember this movie, Which Way Is Up? When they get the damn game, I hope they choke on the goddamn bone.
Damn, this nigga back in 1976.
That's right.
Right.
You remember that saying what Rick was saying? Who stole my piece of chicken? I hope they choke on the goddamn bone. So you
Chuck, it's like Iraq. You know how Iraq says that they want to stay sleep. In this case, if you want to get fucked up the ass, then let yourself get fucked up the ass.
So if you want to go ahead and eat that damn $70, choke on the damn bone and leave us alone. Because Xbox is the best box, and that's all I'm going to say about that. And let me tell you, and I'm going to say one more damn thing. That's the reason why right now I'm glad that we all are with Xbox. We're with Microsoft. We are the gaming people who tell the truth in this arena that we're in right now. Because we know the PlayStation people, they pretend that is not happening to them. But they know it's happening to them. They know what's going on. I mean, if you're going to go ahead and go, I mean, boy, if Xbox is doing it right now, oh, man, they would be having a field day. Oh, man, they'd be having a field day. But like E-Rock said, whatever PlayStation does is okay with them. And like my boy He-Bot said, and everybody said on this panel, if you want to go ahead and eat it and eat crow, but leave us alone. Because like my boy Sigman always saying, we're eating good on our end. And closing that note out right there, and this the final note. That's a damn shame. That's a damn.
Listen, if you ain't hyped up for the next episode of Console Wars with talking like that, I don't know what's gonna hype you up.
I'm just saying that's a damn shame that you're going to spend $70 for a remaster.
Hey, Tuck, if they like it, they like it.
Dude, they're not even. I mean, that other Last of Us not even selling good. So why you?
Well, we knew that. We knew that.
But I'm just saying. But I'm just saying, why are you doing this? Why
So,
you not?
when I go, I'll say why they're doing it. I'll tell you why they're doing it.
All right, go next after.
Well, I know why they're doing it because they're ignorant. For number one, that's for number one. They're ignorant. They're ignorant. And, I mean, it's just like it is.
There's actually a valid reason why they're doing it, but I'll touch on that soon.
Well, I'm just going with the ignorant theory because they ignorant. Okay, they don't have no money. They can't go out there and venture out on new games, but you can go ahead and give the PS fans and the Sony ponies, like I always call them, and these jackass Sony ponies always buy it, and they're gonna go for it again. And that's a damn shame. I don't give a care if Microsoft came out with a $70 remastered game. I'm not buying it if it's a remastered game. That's crazy. That's a waste of money. That is a waste of money, time, and energy.
Tuck, what are you complaining about? They told Sony for fucking 3 years now that they don't mind paying $70 for remasters.
Yes,
What's
sir.
Sony to do? What is Sony to do but to give them what as you like it? Is what you asked for.
Now I just call E-Rock in a lie because a guy just said he'll pay $80 for the shit.
Oh, that's a damn shame. $80 for a single player experience game that's a remaster.
No, we can't keep our noses clean all the time, okay? We're human beings.
So you know what? With that thought, y'all, I'm done with it.
Oh, awesome, man. And go ahead, Hebot. Where's your point you're gonna make?
Well, simple and sweet because it's not going to take too much time. They're doing it because, like they always done, it's the vertical slice. They don't have big games coming back to back. That's why you see them doing a bunch of deals with third party. That's why The Last Ronin is exclusive. That's why they bought that Project Eve. They don't have in-house third party games. The two biggest ones that are supposed to come, which is not because they own it, but it's because it's being done by one of the developers, is the Wolverine and the Spider-Man. So how do you fill in the gap while you don't have games coming out periodically? Simple. You keep remastering games. And they won't tell you that, but that's exactly what it is. And because of the point that E-Rock said earlier, since their fan base has said for so many years, oh, we don't mind paying $80 or $70 for games that look incredible, and then you go play it, and it's just a little bit different than what it was before. They know they can get away with it because their fan base accepts it. The fan base is already the first one that told them, it's okay, Sony. You can keep slapping us in the face with shit. We're all happy. We don't give a fuck. We will bend over. It's fine. You understand? And that's why they're doing it, because they don't have no titles in-house other than the ones they announced coming anytime soon. That is why they keep doing third-party deals. So they'll do these remasters from in-house to make it look like they have actual games while doing third-party deals, right? And you know what I mean? And then that way they'll make sure that they keep their audience happy and give that vertical slice. Oh yeah, look, they got this, they got that. But look, you see how they fucking count Astro Boy or Astro Bot when that shit is a tech demo for the controller? You see how they keep on mentioning like Bug Snack shit like that when that shit, if that would have came out from Microsoft, they would say, look at that shit. That's not no fucking game. That's a piece of dog shit.
I saw somebody count
I gotta apologize to you. It's not the Sony executive. It's the damn Sony ponies that are ignorant.
Right.
Go with that bullshit. So yeah.
Right.
So I gotta apologize to you on that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
like real quick, Hebot. Sorry about that. I was just saying I saw somebody count MLB The Show, even though it's a multi-plat, something they hate, but didn't count Minecraft as an Xbox game. And he's like,
Right.
well, that's on everything. Why would I
Right,
count
or
that?
Minecraft Dungeons because it's on everything. Right, yeah, absolutely. It's another great point. That's what they do. I mean, as long as in their mind they can say, or they'll believe the fucking horse shit. Like, oh yeah, we got MLB the Show, even though we got that shit basically free because it's on Game Pass, right?
Mhm.
Right, right.
They're like, oh no, 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 it's done by a first party studio. That's all they want to hear. That they'll believe their own bullshit.
That's the only thing they want to hear.
And that's why I said if they don't mind paying the $70, then you know what you know what they deserve to get screwed
Yep.
because they are allowing it. They're allowing it. You speak with your wallet, but then they
Yeah,
want to sit there.
yeah.
But then they want to sit there and be like, "Oh, Microsoft don't give you none. They just want everything on Game Pass. They just want you to keep buying services." When you got a game on Game Pass, you can buy it, and you can buy it at a discount. It's just giving you the lenience and the ability to buy it when you're ready to buy it or when you can.
They are just mad because they don't have that option over there.
Yeah,
They've
absolutely,
always hated
absolutely.
y'all. They've hated y'all for generations now.
And plus, blame, Major League Baseball the show, blame that on the people because they wasn't buying it. So what do you think Major League Baseball is gonna do? They said, "To hell with that. We want it on all systems," and they making more money than ever on that game in the last within the first year of the life expectancy of Major League Baseball the show. They making more money than ever. That's
Right.
why they're making a deal with Xbox and Microsoft to
Yeah,
put on there for the second straight year in a row.
yeah. And Iraq, if you got anything else to add, go ahead.
About what are we talking about now? What
Oh yeah, yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn remake being $70.
what else is new? They deserve everything they get over there. They deserve everything they deserve every fucking wet
Who's
used
that?
sloppy condom that Sony gives them.
Wow.
They deserve
What do you
everything
know?
they get over there because I heard fucking Broken Games HD and
Yes.
Dreamcast guy all
Yes.
say, but about these remasters, they wouldn't buy,
Yep.
they wouldn't buy. And then in the same breath, oh, everything's coming to Game Pass. Listen. If you're that brainwashed and if you're that mind fucked over a stupid brand because you grew up with it, it's all I knew, that you're willing to let them get away with continually serving you up shit you've already played at a fucking premium, no less, while the other company is offering us a ton of games for $15 a month. That's your stupidity. That's
Yeah,
on you.
got
Stay
that right.
asleep. I'm not going to wake you up. It's to the point now where I don't even commiserate with Sony PlayStation fans anymore. I don't talk to them because why waste your last few brain cells
Yeah,
talking to people who are in a cult and people who are stupid? If you pay Sony $70 for Horizon Zero Dawn remaster, you are a fucking idiot. Well, E-Rock, you probably pay for a Gears of War remaster. First of all, if a Gears of War remaster was coming out, it would be in Game Pass. So the question is moot. Just moronic over there, and there's nothing else to be said about them. Unlimited, it's just sad. And the sooner that company goes out of business, the better off gaming will be.
Hey, yeah, excellently put. And Zinc,
you
if you
got
got
that right.
anything to add, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I'll go with it this way. Horizon Zero Dawn is one of the reasons I can prove to people that Sony lost last gen. That was one of the games that everybody said, "Oh, so Microsoft don't have this game during the Xbox One generation,
Yep.
so that they losing out." And also because Horizon Forbidden West didn't do a damn thing. It
Yep.
sold nothing, and that shit was buggy. So if nobody wanted that shit today, how many people played that bullshit yesterday during last gen? Then, furthermore, you talk that this is Sony's version of backwards compatibility. There's like, oh, you know what? For those of you that bought this game last gen, we're gonna sell you this shit for $70 this gen. And then how about the hypocrisy of it? Did any of you guys hear that Horizon Zero Dawn was going to be campaign co-op, but it was going to be out in a year? Why is that? Where the fuck is it? Campaign co-op has been around for the longest damn time. So why don't you have campaign co-op now? That bitch only had one mode. You don't have a multiplayer, but yet you bitching about Halo. Okay? Halo is doing more than any other game we have today. But yet you want to bitch about that shit, but you don't want to bitch about this one mode game. Now they're going to give you the same fucking game for $10 more. It's their version of backwards compatibility. They're just going to keep reselling the same old shit. They did it with Ghost of Tsushima. They doing that shit with The Last of Us. And The Last of Us,
Days gotta be next. The other thing, Days gotta be next.
Hey, there go He-Bot talking that shit again. Hey, how about Days Gone coming back? You talk about a Craig face. You could pick any one of those horde enemies that's coming at you. Look at the face on one of those things. And tell me what looks better. That game looked like shit. And it's some bullshit. And then you got people saying, oh, Horizon Zero Dawn is a pretty good game. No, that shit is not. It's a piece of shit.
Meanwhile, Zink, meanwhile, there was an article that just came out today, right? And I don't mean to interrupt you, my brother. I just wanted to add
Go ahead, because I don't have, that's all I had. Go ahead.
Meanwhile, there was an article that came out today. I'm pretty sure Unlimited saw it too, or maybe he didn't, I don't know. Stating that there's been a resurgence on the Predator versus Aliens 360 game and a big growth of the game, people buying it on Xbox. And that's a backwards compact game, right?
Yeah,
and that's been a resurgence. And remember, that was free, right? So that shows you backwards compact can work and make and be fruitful, even if it's done the way that it was done that Microsoft started off with last generation. You see what I'm saying? But these motherfuckers, they see that people are buying remasters. They're like, yeah, let's remaster everything, even though it don't need a remaster, right?
Absolutely.
And that just shows you that Microsoft was still on the right track when you see something like Aliens versus Predator, the 360 game, having a resurgence and people buying it.
Hey, and while you brought that up, it's like what E-Rock just said. Well, Tuckmaster asked him about Gears, Gears remake or whatever. Well, Gears Ultimate came out with an entire act in it, and the act consists of like 4 stages that came from the computer, from the PC version. So at least they're giving us new content when they give us a damn another game, and it wasn't even a full price game, and it still looked better. But these jokers are. How about this? I heard somebody say some stupid. Look, somebody said, "Why is Horizon a YouTuber? A fake ass Xbox YouTuber said this." He said, "Why would they remake Horizon Zero Dawn when that game looks better than most of the games made today?" I'm like, what the fuck? I said, okay. So a 1080p 30 frames per second game looks better than a 4K 60 frames per second game? What
that
the
have
fuck are
fucked
you
up
talking
animations.
about?
It looked like the people were having Tourette's when they were talking and shit.
These dudes ain't shit.
Other zinc. The fact that any of you, Tuck, anybody, if you notice, he's not asking these questions. No offense, Zeke. No offense, Tuck. You notice He-Bot ain't asking these questions because he knows better at this point to ask about the fucking lunacy that goes over there in fucking PlayStation Land with the lunatics. In about 3 weeks, one of those beautiful games you will ever see this year is coming to Game Pass. It's called A Plague Tale Requiem, and it's under everybody's fucking radar. But trust me, when you see this shit, it was built from the ground up for this generation. There's no Xbox One version or PS4 version. It was built ground up for the next generation. From what I've seen, the game looks goddamn stunning, right? They're not even going to talk about it. And because it's a multi-plat, and to
Yes.
them, they don't exist. This
Yes,
is the
yes.
lunacy of the PlayStation fanboy. Why? Ask why they're hyping up a remaster. What?
Yeah, yeah,
Do you
yeah.
ask a bird why he flies? You ask a dog why the dog shits in your fucking backyard? I don't ask the dog
Or
why
on
he
the top of your head.
Exactly. It does what it does. And Sony fans do what they do because it's all they know. And when that stupid company is gone, they will be lost. And I will be glad to be rid of them finally.
Right.
Hey, that was excellently put, man.
Boy,
Excellently put.
you're nut. Hey, let me add to this. I'm gonna add another game to it too. You wait until Scorn come out, man.
Hey, Tuck Master. I'm glad you brought that up.
Dude.
I'm only buying Scorn because people saying, "Oh, I don't think it's going to be a good game." I'm like, "Oh, fuck." I know it's going to be free. I'm
Now you
buying the
buy it
bitch
on
anyway.
principle. Fuck that.
I'm buying it
Yeah.
only on principle, dude. I'm buying that bitch day one.
It has too much gameplay.
Oh yeah, that was
It's not
another
a fucking
complaint.
movie.
Yes, sir.
They said it had
Who
too
the fuck
much
said that?
gameplay.
Yo, what gamer says, yo, this game has just too much gameplay, no cutscenes? I don't know about that. What?
Probably Jabari Clark.
Hey, hey, E-Rock.
Right.
Hey, E-Rock, what's the release date for A Plague's Tale?
October 18th. I gotta memorize it.
Okay, hey, check it out. Hey, check it out.
Shit, 2 days later, Gotham Knights. Jesus.
Hey, check this out. I'm taking that day off work, so finally E-Rock can go home. Cause E-Rock keep driving up and down my street waiting on that shit. Cause make sure I play Plague's Tale. That's the only reason I'm getting that game. Cause I'm like, shit, this dude think this game is great, so I'm playing this shit day one. I bullshit you not. Hey, nobody better not say, hey, are you coming to work today? I'm like, nah, dude, I gotta play this fucking game. I'm playing that shit. I'm gonna play this shit like it's Halo.
It and Assassin's Creed series shut down this fucking ridiculous narrative and Gears of War and Halo that only PlayStation has these narrative rich games, and I'm like, where the fuck have y'all been the last 7 years? Like, I just I can't fucks with this shit no more, y'all. I just can't.
Listen, they're trying to go to sleep. Who wasted too much time talking about these retards?
Hey, you know what? Y'all guys are crazy, but you know what? Y'all right. You're right about every other thing which I say about that Japanese box, dude. I mean, like I said, that was the best thing I could have ever did was get rid of my PS3 when I had a chance. When I got rid of it, I said no more. No more. And I meant it to that day, and I still haven't done it since. And like I said, I don't have a Sony thing in my house. None.
Yeah, great point. And in a 1 week span, we'll get Scorn on the 14th, A Plague's Tale on the 18th, Gotham Knights on the 21st. Man, that 1 week alone is just gonna be a great time for us Xbox gamers, man. But with that, we're gonna call it a night.
Hey, we get Call of Duty. And when do we get Call of Duty?
We're calling it a night, man. Give them your outro. Don't bring up Call of Duty. Don't bring up nothing. Just give them your outro.
I'm just saying we get that after that too. So
don't bring up Uptown Saturday Night. Don't bring up Let's Do It Again. Don't bring up Dolomite. Let's just do our outros.
Okay, hey, this is your boy DJ Cookmaster 785. Can't stand the ponies, and I hope they can't stand me, and I hope that system dies off pretty damn soon, like everything else. And that's it for tonight, y'all.
And other Zinc, man, let them know where they could find you.
In any chat anywhere, man. I'm super glad to be here. I can't wait for the Halloween show. And I'm just glad that E-Rock bring up things that I was thinking about for a long time and I forget about them. But great show, man.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, E-Rock, man, let them know where they could find you, my brother.
Hey, man, you can find me on the E-Rock X channel, and it's always great to be here. When the truth is needed, that's when the unlimited truth shows up. And have a good night, guys.
Yeah, and last but not least, Ebot, the world's most powerful gamer. Give him your outro.
Yes, I'm taking up drag racing, just like our boy Linda pointed out, because I think it's going to be fruitful instead of moonshining. And, Fuck PS5. Fuck the PlayStation ponies that want to pay $70 for a remaster. They can eat a dick, like E-Rock so elegantly puts it. It's Wednesday night. I'm gonna go home and go to sleep, hopefully, because I'm too tired to play fucking games after driving all day. Catch me on my channel. It's Bot on YouTube. If you don't like my fucking channel, then fuck you. I don't care. It's great to be here with you guys. Love you guys. And the channel, you will find the chat room was fire. And fuck Sony, I guess. Like some likes to say fuck Sony. Bye.
He-Bot is the reluctant Uber. He-Bot is the reluctant Uber driver. Yeah, pick me up from New York. Oh, all right, here I come.
And with me, going on October 27th, it's going to be a Thursday. We're going to have the 1 year anniversary of the Unlimited Truth. I'll be doing a giveaway that day. Everybody in the chat, y'all are absolutely fire. But enjoy the rest of your week, everyone, and we are out.
Peace.